Hi there. I'm John Colan with the Coaches Inc. agency, and I am here with Jackie Manuel, assistant coach at Valparaiso University. This is going to be the first in a series of interviews I'm doing with coaches and other people in and around the college basketball world. Thanks very much to hoopdirt.com for the platform and the opportunity to do this, and hopefully the interviews will help shed some light into the basketball coaching profession and what kind of work preparation and skills go into making guys like yourself good at what you do. So to get going, Jackie, congrats on a really good season so far. You guys are currently sitting at the top of the Horizon League and riding a 5-game win streak. So tell me, what initially led you into the coaching field? I guess when did you get the itch to be a coach?
Thanks, John. I think what initially led me into the coaching field is my love for people and my passion to serve others. And I've gotten the opportunity to learn from some great people, and I just wanted to give back. And, I've met a lot of guys, who played this game, and there are things that maybe they didn't have or didn't learn, and I just wanted to be there for them, for that support, and share my knowledge with them, and hopefully it will help.
Yeah, absolutely. So if people don't know, you were a pretty good player back in your day at UNC and then played professionally as well. I think a lot of coaches who are just getting into the industry or who want to be coaches think that playing makes it so much easier. Playing at a high level makes it so much easier to become a coach. But let's hear, have you found any challenges which arise from having played, or at least that it hasn't been as simple as some people think it might be?
I think as a player, you come in with the thought process of, I played this game, so I know this game. And I think that's the wrong mindset. You definitely have to humble yourself and look at it as something new that I have to start over and learn the business,
right.
Learn the coaching side. And if you can do that, I think the transition will be easy. And that's something I had to learn. The basketball is basketball, yes, but if you want to be great at anything, you have to start from the bottom and learn each skill set. To be a great coach, to be a great mentor, to be a great communicator. All the different things that you need, the different hats that you wear as a coach. You want to be really good at it. So if you're one track mind and thinking, okay, it's about me, then it's going to be very difficult.
Sure. Okay. So you talked about mentors. Who were some of your biggest mentors in the coaching profession, and maybe give us a glimpse into one thing you've taken from each of those guys?
Well, I've had a lot of people who've been impactful for me in my coaching career. But there's 3 guys that really made a huge impact on my coaching career. Coach Roy Williams at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Coach Steve Robinson at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And then John Treelor, who was my D-League coach with the Erie Bayhawks. And each guy brought something different. Coach Williams, he had a lot of poise. No matter the situation, it was just so confident, and he just knew that everything was going to be all right. And as a player looking at that, you just want to take on that type of confidence. And it's something that you admire, in a coach. Coach Robinson, it was for him is a sacrifice, hey, we're sacrificing for the betterment of the team, for the betterment of the staff, for our head coach. And, serving is something that's important to me. So to see that, you know, a person have that approach and that understanding, you know, really, really opened my eyes and kind of moved me in that direction of it's all about making sacrifices and doing what's best for others and not yourself. And for Coach Treelord, it was forcing me to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, getting me out there as a player and forcing me to be a coach on the court and forcing me to be a communicator on the court. And at the time wasn't natural for me. And that was one thing that he harped on the whole year. It's like, hey, you're going to be a coach on this court or you're not going to play. And so I carry those things with me today as a coach and, you know, just try to get better at them every day, you know, and be the best coach that I can possibly be for the young man that we're coaching.
Sure. That leads me into the next question I had for you, which is, what do you consider personally your greatest strength as a coach? You know, in 30 years, what are someone similar to you going to be saying? Well, I learned this from Coach Manuel.
I think just connecting with people. And it's a unique thing because in order to connect with people, you have to have, you know, you can't think about yourself. You know, you have to be selfless and then you have to have a sort of awareness of what's going on in their lives. And, you know, I try to put myself in their shoes.
Sure.
And I think it's been beneficial, you know, as a coach because when you get out on the court, you know, you learn everybody's tales and, you know, how they accept coaching and, you know, you coach everybody differently. And what's best for each individual player. And so I think that's been really good for me as a coach, getting into the business. And,
sure.
And then having a great staff that, you know, thinks the same way and works the same way. So.
Yeah, it's terrific. Lastly, so you've recently made a pretty big transition from a place you were very comfortable with geographically, North Carolina. You were a coach at UNC Greensboro last year, to a place you're certainly not as familiar with, at least in Indiana, although you're probably getting pretty comfortable winning all these games. How have you made the transition pretty seamless from, you know, both a coaching and a recruiting standpoint?
Well, from a coaching standpoint, just thinking less about myself and, you know, trying to serve our players, trying to serve our staff, and trying to be the best that I can possibly be, you know, in my position. And just enjoying life, enjoying the game of basketball, and knowing that is definitely a blessing that I'm actually here in coaching. So that part has been easy, and then having great people around you. You know, we have a great staff, and guys have made it really easy. Right. You know, for me and my family. So, you know, those things are priceless. And I know sometimes people, you know, take that for granted. And then from the recruiting aspect is, I just love people, and I love meeting new people and networking and you know, that's one thing about recruiting is it's about building relationships. And there's a certain competitive side with recruiting that I love too, and I enjoy the challenge of going head to head with somebody else. Or so it's been fun. It's been fun, and you know, getting to know different people in a different area, and then for people to get to know me and know what I'm all about. You know, is interesting because everybody has a perception of you when they see you as a player and even as a coach. But when they get you face to face and, you know, you have that conversation, they're like, wow, you know, this guy's about the right things. And that's what I try to be about. So
great. Well, good deal, man. Thanks for being our first interview in this series. I'm really glad we had a chance to sit down. Thanks for taking the time. And hopefully you guys can continue your winning ways this Friday against Wright State. So good luck, and thanks again to hoopdirt.com for this. And again, I'm John Colan with Coaches Inc., and we will be back soon.